Now, welcome back, guys. So, I went back and got us Lapras, switched it out for Gyarados, and now we're going to be going floor by floor using the card. So, we're going to go in there and do this one. And so, this is just to do grinding and get items. I work for Silph Co. Good. Eat! No, stop, help! Oh, you're not with her. Well, you'll forgive me if I give you a Thunder Wave. Oh, but Thunder Wave is so convenient. Yeah, it is, but I don't really go for status affecting moves too much, is because right now I want to do the attacking. So we have Lapras, and I taught it Thunderbolt and Surf, because even though Surf can't be used outside of combat, I think it can be used inside. We're gonna find out, because when the game said it couldn't, but I was very skeptical when it said that. So skeptical. Ugh. The word that's hard to pronounce. I am one of the 4 Rocket Brothers. So I think we've cleared out 5 through 1. So we're gonna clear out 6 to the top. Toss Lapras. We'll use Surf, and I also taught it Ice Beam. I don't think it knew Ice Beam, but I taught it Ice Beam. As you can see, Lapras is very bulky, has a lot of health, and its defense isn't too bad because it took that hit pretty well, even though it was super effective. So now we're going to do Machoke, hopefully. And so yeah, you can use Surf in, okay, maybe it was just an old dialogue they recycled. Because typically, like, it was weird that the character said, you can't use it in battle unless you get a certain gem. So, gym badge, so I guess you can use them in battle like I assume, because you can't use Surf without Koga's badge outside of it. Oh, thank you for hanging on, buddy. See, this is why Lapras is one of my favorite water types. It's just so cool looking. In the anime, it got an entire thing, like it got an entire homage to it by being the thing that carried Tracy, if you remember him, Misty, and Ash around the Orange Island arc. And so I just love Lapras. I think it's one of the coolest Pokemon. The rotten precedent serves him right for shipping me off to the Trask branch. That's why Team Rocket came after us. I'm sure of it. Okay, yeah, I doubt the fact that he sent you to another branch was the reason they're attacking. And the question is were you a good employee? Because or did they need better help? Like, why would you get mad that you were sent to a different branch? Speaking of which, like, when are we gonna go to the Trash region? Because they mention it right there. Anyways, yeah, so this is gonna mark the final part of part 18. After we're done with this one, we're gonna do 19, which could be 2 parts because we're gonna be traveling the opposite route to get to Fuchsia City. Or if we do, I'm checking if I want to do that this episode or next. And if we do it this episode, then the next episode probably going to be grinding in the gym. When we get there. By then, I'll kind of pre-recorded 19, and like at the moment, I've kind of pre-recorded this, and I'm about to start 19. So I'm voicing over in this episode. So, hopefully soon I'll be at 30, because that's my goal, is to do it in 30 parts. If it goes over 30, I want it to at least end at 35. I don't want to be over 35, because I know other games are going to require more episodes. I think from now on, instead of doing some 30, I think I'll start doing 30-minute videos with this to cut in the grinding in and outs, but I'm going to do them a little bit longer. And the only reason I say 30 minutes, I would like to do in hours, but grinding's the bread and butter. Though I might rectify that by doing some cheats and getting some rare candies. I know that might not be as exciting as grinding, but it's just going to speed up, so I'm kind of playing around with that idea. But if I decide not to do that, I'll just grind. And if I do, I'll record longer videos, because then you guys will know I'm just using rare candies, but it's just a fast way. And it can allow us to get to things faster that way instead of having to take a roundabout way. But yeah, my goal is today I want to record all the try to get 30 parts done today, so we can start on Baldur's Gate again. You dare betray Team Rocket? No, we're not part of Team Rocket. I want to try to get the 30 parts done today, so I can have them all pre-recorded, and then I can upload them as time goes on. So we will see. And once again, I hope you're all having a happy holidays, happy New Year. I know I probably am. I might be going to a party with some friends on this day, since this is recorded before then. Maybe, if not, I'll be hanging out with my mom and sister and just, you know, Happy New Year's kind of thing. So they're gonna toss out a little bat. We'll do Ice Beam. They're gonna Supersonic us, but break through the confusion. Lapras, come on, buddy. Yes, that's what I like to see. And so stab plus super effectiveness should... Oh, it didn't one-shot me. I am shocked. Golbat is tankier than I expected. And so I feel bad because I don't quite know when I'm gonna use Zubat into Crobat. I do like Crobat, don't get me wrong. I think Crobat's awesome. And I probably said in an earlier episode I want to use it in Heart Gold. That depends if I can get Murkrow earlier or not. If we can't get Murkrow earlier, I'm for sure gonna just say, nope, we're going to do Golbat. One of the 4 Rocket Brothers. So we found the second one. And knowing me, I missed the dialogue and I kind of skipped it. We use Ice Beam. Oh, Surf? Yeah, Surf. Because Surf's better for this stab, and it's a higher damage move, and it's more accurate, less PP. So, I'm glad I chose Surf. But, okay, level 27. See, this is why Lapras is going to be way easier than Hitmonchan. Is because Lapras can pretty much do damage normal or super effective to everything. Because in this generation, there is no water types in the villainous team. I don't remember if that's true about in the Johto region. We'll find out in Heart Gold. But in this instance, there's like, we easily defeat everything. So we're going to go in here, grab the item. This is TM08, bulk up. Okay. Because I saw that too, yeah. We're going to heal our Hitmonchan. I didn't heal at the Pokemon Center, I forgot to, so that's why he's still paralyzed. A child intruder, that must be you. Yeah, like, why are you guys freaking out about me intruding? I'm shocked I'm beating you all. Like, in a standpoint, I know no matter what age you are, you pretty much, if you're the superior trainer, you're going to beat them. So, like, a 5-year-old, if they're really good at training, they're going to beat a 15-year-old and vice versa, and so on. But, like, the fact that Team Rocket, even though their grunts are this terrible, explains why they lost. I know from a game standpoint, they can't make them too hard. But at the same time, it's just, like, laughable, like, they're just like, ooh, child intruder, I'll stop you, and then they can't. Alright, fine, I lost. Yeah. So, like, will you tell everyone to stop attacking me? Because I'm obviously just gonna steamroll you guys. So what's he gonna say? Uh-oh, I smell a little mouse. What is with the whole most generic villain little mouse line? It's like Pirates of the Caribbean when the guy calls Elizabeth Swan puppet. It's like, to me, when I hear that, I crack up because when I was a kid, I was like, oh, that is menacing the way he says it. As an adult, I'm like, it's menacing, but that's like the most generic, like, threatening name I've ever heard. So the same here is like Little Mouse. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm a 10-year-old in this game, and I'm probably not that tall because if you look at the Pokédex, most Pokemon tower over you, but at the same time, I think you'd be like the fact that I've stopped their operation twice before, so I feel like they should be like, oh crap, he's here, like get everyone, like That's why I know Jaden Animations talked about it in her video of the best Pokemon game you've never played, which ironically I played it, so I was very happy to see it. In Shadows and Amia, the best part is when you're in a room with the enemy and they're like, oh crap, like what do we do? I don't want to attack this guy. And then they are like, I know what we do, charge. And then they like throw you out of the room in a group, and that's one of the most effective ways to just deal with the main character in every Pokemon game, is to grab him and throw him out the room and lock it. So, like Jaden, I thought that was brilliant, because it's like, finally, even though this villainous team sucks and they're easy to dispatch, they actually have a competent idea and are like, yeah, you know, battling him or her is not working. Like, they are just steamrolling us. So what's the next step? Oh yeah, shove them out, because there's multiple of us and one of them. You, it's really dangerous here. You came to see me? You won't. She is rude. Doesn't matter, my brothers will. I know, I was just talking to people. So we're gonna talk to this dude, probably an enemy, considering he's like by himself. Yep. You mistook me for a Silph worker. No, I figured you were an enemy because you were here by yourself. Like most of the others by themselves are in a room. You're out in the open front. Electrode. Now that might be a problem. Hopefully, sir. Why? Why? Like, why? Why is that your go-to move? Like, one, that's cool to the Pokemon, and two, it is annoying to the player. Oh, I hate self-destruct and explosion. Every time I get a prompt for my Pokemon to learn it, I don't, because one, it like, unless it's a sure chance that's gonna down the Pokemon in a single hit, to me, it's not worth it. I didn't, oh yes, 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 yes. I am so happy. Thank you, Lapras. I was not expecting to freeze Muck on this, so this should be pretty easy. Yeah, he shouldn't thaw out. Yes, yes. That's so good. And I'm just gonna do this because there's no way he survives. Boom. Yes. All right. Yes, and we're level 29. As you, like I said, as you can see, Lapras' HP pool is just so good. We went from 119 to 121. And so I'm hoping by the end of this, when we get into the 60s and 70s, we're like 200 and something. We're on floor 8. I think the lady who heals us is up here. Oh no, here's like, if you were just going up the floors, you could walk up there and grab, you go and fight Blue and whatnot, but it would be like a weird way it was, you know, shown. I'm one of the 4. Oh, found another one, yes. But this is great grinding material because, right now, we're like almost there to being everyone caught up in the same level. And after that, we'll be closer to Koga, but I have a feeling, inkling, that I'm for sure gonna have to grind off screen, or I'll probably do it on screen, because I told you guys I would grind up our Pokemon just to show you guys and kind of have a point we can chat about nonsense and whatnot in this series. I don't plan on doing that further, as I've said, but I know I'm probably gonna have to grind up the Pokemon a few levels so we can fight Koga, because Koga is, I think, level 42. And then I know Sabrina's like level 42, and then Blaine is like 45 or something. Giovanni's 48, and then I think the Elite Four, Lance is the highest at 50, and then I know Blue has the highest at 52. So I'm probably gonna do the level cap once we get there at 52, because I'm like counting it as the highest trainer. And then after that, I might level us to 60 or 70, because after that, that's when we start getting into what would I call it? more dire territories, because the post game in this one, which in the original Blue and Red we didn't have, because that was like, at the time, I'm sure everyone knows, at the time they weren't expecting another game, and so they ended it there. In this one, they just kind of did what the show did and kind of made a reference to the Orange Island thing. And so here we are. Yeah, I can't wait to get an Alakazam because I like Kadabra, but Kadabra is just very, very, very special. When I get an Alakazam, I can do a lot of work with it. That I don't buy. Okay. Wow, brothers, I lost. I've beaten 3 of you, so there's got to be one more. You said 4 brothers, and yeah, I know, but she's right here, so that's why I wasn't too worried about Kadabra. Thank you. I will not give up. We're almost ready. So now we just go here. Yeah, because we battled him. I was just checking. Now we go up to the next floor, and I think it might be the final floor. Alright, I forgot this guy, so okay. So let's get some XP. And I think we're going to sweep with Lapras because his special attack is very decent. And we don't have any attacking moves on it. We do have Body Slam, but unless I need to, I don't see myself using Body Slam. Because I think Surf, Ice Beam, and Thunderbolt are good enough. Oh, one thing I forgot in this game. After the 7th gym battle, Bill's gonna come up and talk to us and say, "Hey, you want to accompany me to the what do they call it? Silver Islands or something like that." And then we can say yes or no. And if you say no, he just waits there and you can complete the game. I'm going to say yes, so we can just get that out of the way, and then we'll kind of go battle Moltres because I know we're gonna go. Before that, we're going to battle Articuno, and then we're also going to be battling Zapdos, so Moltres will be last. We will catch them, but as I probably have said this earlier in a video, I don't usually use legendaries, because they are very powerful, and the more you level them up, the harder they're going to hit, and I find it more fun just to level up normal Pokemon. And I probably said this before, if you guys want to see me use legendaries, we can do a legendaries only run on a Nuzlocke or something, once I find, or once I, get to that, and then we can have fun with that and see, like, how I do with legendaries. But that one we're just going to sweep, because that's legitly what legendaries do, is they sweep everything. That's the name legendary. Now the question is, when we do that, do we make every other Pokemon possible legendary, or do we do the normal one, or do we do 2 of those? Because I really am looking forward to doing some Nuzlocke on camera. I've done a few off, and sometimes I feel like I cheat and I don't follow the rules. So when I know the fact that I'll be recording it and people will be watching it, is that I will not cheat. I've seen a few people. Why did we decide to self-destruct? I mean, we could have done it before, but no, let's do it after. Well, I guess that's a benefit. We got Sky Uppercut. Mach Punch. Yeah. That is annoying. See, you play the game, you toss out the Pokemon you want to toss out, and they just die because stupid AI hasn't. Oh, Well, it's from this clip. Magnitude's not gonna do anything. It was a 10. It was the highest possible I could get, and the game knew it wasn't gonna do anything because it's a flying type. That is cruel. That is cruel. Okay, good. Rock throw hit. That should take it out. Good. I'm actually really annoyed that happened. I mean, there was no reason for it to self-destruct. It just did it to spite me. I feel like that's why it self-destructed. Well, the great news is we're 2 levels away from getting our Charizard, my favorite starter to this day. Is it basic to like have your favorite starter as Charizard? Heck yeah, it's basic. Do I care? Heck no. I love Charizard. As I've said, I played Emerald first, but I convinced my cousins who had already had the games and who had beaten them. I convinced them to send me Charmander so I could do Torchic and Charmander in a run on Emerald, which, thank you, cousins, if you're watching this, especially you, the VGamerX, who, I remember he sent me a few Pokemon from his, Emerald and Fire Red and Leaf Rain, and so, I just, like, it's near and dear to my heart, Charmander. So, even though I started with Emerald, I had Torchic and Charmander, and after a while, I just started focusing on Charmander rather than Torchic, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Then Blaziken, you know, then again, when I played it again, and I did it with just like a Torchic run, I played it as Blaziken, and I found to like him too. And if you're watching this, Master Ant, I still argue that in the anime terms... Oh, okay, so sorry, I didn't do that. My friend Master Ant, if you haven't watched him, go check him out, he's awesome. My friend Master Ant is a big Blaziken fan. And me and him both started on the same generation, but to this day I argue Charizard will win any fight with Blaziken because of typing advantage. And so finally I have like conceded. I will say Charizard loses in Pokemon Go in the anime. Because as much as I love Pokemon Go, your Pokemon have weak points. I can know them. Plus I love Pokemon Go. It doesn't have enough of the game mechanics of the original game to do it. Because its game mechanics in that one, the game mechanics are kind of like more mobile friendly in turn where the game mechanics in this one is more JRPG friendly. And as such, I know in Pokemon Go and the anime, Blaziken can win because we saw that in the anime way back when where Ash was fighting Harrison in the Johto tournament and they were like introducing Hoenn Pokemon, which okay, I love that. I love how they normally introduce Pokemon like Togepi and stuff. They like bring them in as eggs or random chance encounters. But that, in my opinion, was one of the best ways to introduce the Hoenn region. And once again, shows why it's the best region because it's the only region who had an entire tournament of Pokemon coming in a region it wasn't from, and that was the Johto region. The only region. You can argue that the Sinnoh region is the same thing, but it did prior region Pokemon, not new region Pokemon, so I disagree. But anywho, so my argument with my friend Master Ant has been Blaziken wins Pokemon Go in the anime, but in the reality of the normal game, including the Minecraft Pokemon, Blaziken loses to Charizard. Let me know what you guys think. Enough of your silly games. Are you with Master Ant that Blaziken is better than Charizard no matter what and can beat Charizard in any media? Which, not saying it can't win, I'm saying that it's unlikely to win. That 9 times out of 10, Charizard wins. So, are you with Ant where no, that 9 times out of 10 should be more like 7 out of 10 or lower and more in favor of Blaziken? Or are you like me, who's like, nope, game mechanics are gonna stay Charizard wins because of flying type. You have any flying attack on it, you automatically are just destroying it. And even though the anime says different, you still say Charizard wins. So in the comments below, let me know. Blaziken versus Charizard. Who you team Blaziken, team Charizard. Moving to the 10th floor. So good if you can make it. Team Rocket Grunt. I think they give them names in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Don't quote me on that when we get there. But I wish they did give them random names, like just Mark or Jill or something. Like I would love to see a lot of sprinkles to other Japanese games in here. So like naming a few Jill, Chris, Claire, Leon, reference to the to Resident Evil, Joe, reference to the Beautiful Joe franchise, Frank, Chuck, hey, what was his name? I haven't played the third Dead Rising with Dead Rising, so yeah, as you can tell, I'm a big fan of a lot of games, and especially a lot of Capcom games. I personally think Capcom makes a lot of great games. Halt, do you have an appointment with the boss? And then Capcom versus Marvel is every game was so well done. Even Infinite, which was the most ugh one, was well done in most instances. I even like the fact that they combined two well-known villains, Ultron and what was his name? If you guys remember, let me know. But that guy, and they combined them, and they were like the two major villains of the game. I love it. But yeah, I'm a big Capcom fan, Square Enix, Game Freak, Sony, all those. And then at the same time, I like other games. So I like Bethesda, Activision, Blizzard. Certain things about Activision and Blizzard I don't agree with right now, but I still respect them. There's certain games right now that they're irritating me with, but that's just my opinion as a minority. And in the end, I don't think they're gonna listen to me, but you know, I just wish there's certain things they change, because as a gamer standpoint, it would make the games more fun and linear and less grindy. But I know they're not gonna do that, and if they do, awesome. I don't know how you found this video, but thank you for listening. Jokes aside, but yeah. And then Bethesda. I'm glad they're finally making Elder Scrolls 6. It's taken them a long time, but hopefully that time of just focusing on Skyrim has kind of helped them make a great game. Kind of like GTA 6, if you guys have seen their release. I'm hoping Rockstar has had plenty of time to patch bugs, to make sure everything works. Like I am excited for that too. And then Starfield was great. I personally cannot wait to get to that game on this channel because I thought it was really enjoyable. And then what else? Oh, so this is a hot take. I do not like the Fallout franchise, and I apologize if people are like, what? I've tried to get into it. I started with 3. I couldn't even get past, like, after about 30 minutes, a half hour, I just shut the game off because I was like, I am not having fun. Like, cool, but I'm not having fun with it. Whereas in New Vegas, one of my favorites, I preferred that one. Had a lot more fun. Stop right there. Don't you move. I thought Fallout New Vegas was way more enjoyable, and I actually played up, I think, 2 hours? I never saw the final build, but I played up 2 hours, and then I haven't even tried Fallout 4, but that's the one I really want to give a chance. I'll probably do it on YouTube as a blind playthrough, but you know. I've always been more of a fan of space and fantasy games, so like, you know, Skyrim is pretty much a medieval fantasy, awesome tale, like Lord of the Rings or Chronicles of Narnia. and then Starfield is legitimately just space awesomeness as well. Post-apocalyptic games, I know I've botched it. I cannot speak for whatever reason these last few days. What kind of kills it for me is I love Mad Max, but every post-apocalyptic game somehow ends very similar to Mad Max. I know it's not good to do stereotypes or standards, but I just wish like a lot of the times they tried other concepts, like, you know, like example like zombie stuff. Bingo. Okay. Recon 64, so we meet again. The President and I were discussing if visual visions keep your nose out of grown-up matters or experience with everything. And so it was a business venture. That's gotta be a Master Ball. The coloring looks like a Master Ball. But yeah, like that's why I like zombie games, because my friends and me have talked about this many times. I like how many areas you can go with zombie games. So like the Walking Dead show had Telltale games, so you're able to do a quick action time event that's pretty much a visual novel on steroids kind of game. You can do a Left 4 Dead game where your entire purpose is to survive waves with friends and have nothing but fun. That was kind of revisited in Back 4 Blood and the World War Z games, where there's really just a point A to B kind of setup. Then you have Resident Evil, where you make a major story off of it with a lot of cool things, and you kind of tweak the line of zombies by adding in mutants, because while I think Resident Evil is a zombie game, a lot of its creatures are more mutants than they are zombies. So you can do that. You can do what Dead Rising did, which was make a classic zombie game where zombies are pretty much the same thing, but they're caused by a parasite and not some virus. Last of Us, you know, a fungal disease that you know has attached everyone and basically caused them to become zombies. So like stuff like that is so cool, and I love it because that's why when I watch other post-apocalyptic games or I play them, I always unknowingly compare them to zombie games, because to me that's the golden standard of that genre. That, you know, oh, okay, so what is like, okay, so this is bad, alright, something happened, a nuke dropped, or something occurred, and now everyone's got to survive in this really crappy time. How does it affect their psyche? How is people reacting? Like, that's why I love Dead Rising, because a lot of the times my criticism of zombie stuff, even though I love it, is that they don't delve into the psyche of people. Like The Walking Dead, I like the first 4 seasons because they delve in a lot of how Shane reacted to Rick coming back and taking over as leader. And we saw that made Shane go crazy, and he tried to kill Rick and take over and be like the Rick because he wanted everyone to follow them. We saw what happened to Rick as time went on, how he became less of like he used to, where in the beginning he was willing to stop and help people and put zombies out of their misery just out of principle, and he became more of a well, I don't know how to describe it, but basically a changed man. Yeah, you've lost twice, Giovanni. You lost it all. You ruined our plans with Silph Co. But Team Rocket will not fail. Recon 64. Never forget that all Pokemon will be Team Rockets. I must go. Thank you for rescuing us all. We from the President down, are in your debt. Oh, dear boy. Thank you for the save. I will never forget you saved us. I have to thank you in this way. Because I'm rich, I'll give you this. Here, maybe this will help you. Yeah, Master Ball will help. It'll catch any Pokemon without fail. It's their prototype, and you can't buy it anywhere. Just be quiet about it. Okay. It becomes very popular later generations because you can find it. Yeah, that's right. Anyways, so like you know, and then seeing how Rick changed, and then how the governor changed. If you couldn't tell, I've been watching that in the background while I'm playing games. But yeah, that's what I love about zombie games, and Dead Rising does a good job with that because if you've never played the game, there's these guys called psychopaths, and basically how you play them is that there are people who are affected by the zombie outbreaks, and you have to fight them as bosses, so they're enemies. It's really cool. I'd highly recommend that game if you haven't. It's something I plan on playing on the channel. Well, I think this is a good place to end it. We're about 35 minutes in, so this is going to be the last of our 3-parters. I hope you all enjoyed and have a great new year. This is Recon Fox 64 signing off, and I will see you guys